Hey guys, how we doing? Matt here, welcome back to episode 18 of my fragrance obsession. Now, since doing my last video, I've looked through my collection and I've thought to myself about, what type of fragrance I should review next. So, I came to the conclusion of doing a fragrance from the house of Davidoff. The last Davidoff fragrance I did is, the very famous Davidoff Cool Water. The fragrance I'm going to be doing now, however, is a completely different fragrance to Cool Water. So, in my opinion, I prefer this fragrance. It's more my kind of category. I do prefer this fragrance in terms of the notes, in terms of how it smells, and it's just my style all over it. However, this fragrance is a one which I've wanted to own for a long time. I came across it in Wilkinson's, which is a store here in the UK, and I managed to get this bottle for around 20 quid, £20, which is a good price. Now, if you want to buy this fragrance, you're looking at around 20 to 30 pounds. You might even be able to get it cheaper, depending on where it is, where it's from, whatever. So I got it for a very good price, so I'm very happy to own it. This fragrance is nothing like Cool Water. This is, in my opinion, this is the father. This is like the father of Cool Water. People think Cool Water is this vintage kind of fragrance which was from the 80s, and it's so masculine and everything, whatever. This fragrance, however, is very unpopular. I think this one should be out there with the likes of Cool Water, with the likes of Obsession, all these other kind of classic 80s scents. This one should be involved a little bit more. Yet, it does have good reviews. I've looked at reviews on this fragrance, and likes of Basenotes, any other fragrance directory, they always have good, positive feedback about this fragrance, which is good. I've known a lot of people say as well, though, that the longevity could be a little bit better, but that doesn't matter because you are going to get a decent amount of time out of this. I think it's because the old formula before this one got a little bit more longevity, but fragrances did, and I think when fragrances get reformulated, it's just something we have to live with. Even though I hate reformulations, it's just something that we have to live with and kind of get on with, really. So the main notes of this fragrance you're going to get are bergamot, vanilla, patchouli, and amber. So what we're getting is kind of a slightly fruity, a little bit more woody but powdery scent overall. There's also tobacco in this fragrance as well, so if there's any tobacco lovers out there, you might want to collect this fragrance, because it's nothing like a Tom Ford's tobacco vanilla, or anything like that. It's nothing like a strong tobacco fragrance, but you can definitely see why this would be a good tobacco fragrance, because of course Zino Davidoff, the Russian cigar maker, came out with his first few fragrances in the 80s. I believe this was his first fragrance, actually. This is his signature scent, so if you originate from having a cigar background, you want to put the cigar note in there somewhere, don't you? But in total, this is just a very sophisticated scent. This is a fragrance which I think you wouldn't really want to wear on a date, but it's sophisticated in the sense of you're going to be smart the moment you wear it. People are going to smell you and they're going to think, you smell really good. You smell very smart, you smell genuine. So it's all about making a good impression, and this fragrance is good for that. I think with it being an older fragrance as well, it is more suited for the older gentleman. Yet I'm 22 and I happen to love this fragrance. So I think deep down, no matter how old the fragrance is, it doesn't really matter who wears it and how old you are if you really like it. I think it's intended for an older gentleman, just because it's from the 80s, of course. Fragrances from the 80s and 70s were a little bit more older and stuff like that. But it doesn't really matter, because this fragrance, in my opinion, is one of my favourites. It is on the top shelf of my cabinet. So fragrances I keep on the top shelf tend to be my favourites, the ones I reach out for most. And this one is on the top shelf along with the likes of Antis, Kuros, Lapidus Porom. I have a lot. But I happen to really like this fragrance. Spray a little bit here on my hand. The good thing about this fragrance is the cap is very strong. Like, you have to really pull it to get it off. So it's really good when it comes to that. Okay, so the smell, when you first smell it, you get kind of a sweety sweetie. That's how it be. Sweetness, vanilla smell. But it's also quite powdery at the same time. And what's strange is I get a kind of honey smell out of this, yet honey isn't listed in the fragrance notes, in the fragrance pyramid of this fragrance. But I get kind of like a sweet, vanilla-y honey smell. And I really like that. And I think what's really good about people who do fragrances, you know, people will smell this fragrance and they'll get different notes to their nose. With me, I'm getting honey. And I think that's really clever when it comes to fragrances, because to smell a fragrance which isn't listed is pretty interesting, because I think when you get so many notes and they're all mixed together, they can create a different smell overall. And it might just be my mind thinking it smells like honey, but I don't know. See, I'm starting to lose it now slightly, now that I'm talking about it, but the vanilla note is always there throughout the fragrance, and I think what makes that smoky kind of smell is the fact that it's the tobacco working. And the tobacco doesn't last long though. The dry down of this fragrance is incredible. You get this amber note, and you also get the vanilla working its magic behind the amber, and it just smells so good. It's like sweet, it's just wonderful. And you're not going to smell the dry down probably until about 7 hours into skin life, which is pretty good. So it doesn't really matter about that, does it? Guys, thank you so much for watching. It means a lot knowing that you guys are watching my videos. I know I always say that all the time, but it really does. It means a great deal. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching this episode of my fragrance obsession. Bye!